Astro-Vāstu for Aries Rising, Mesha Lagna, a house-wise spatial doctrine for Mars-led consciousness. 1. First house, Lagna zone, overall spatial identity. Aries Rising is ruled by Mars. This makes the entire house a reflection of initiation, velocity, and command. For Aries, space is not passive shelter, it is an extension of the nervous system. When the house does not allow energy to move forward, Mars has no channel. That unused force turns inward as irritation, impulsive reactions, inflammation in the body, and erratic decision-making. Core spatial requirement: fire must be expressed, not contained. Movement must be directional, not stagnant. Light, warmth, and circulation are non-negotiable. A heavy, dark, or inward-turning home suppresses Mars and destabilizes identity. 2. Second house, main entrance and threshold, survival vitality. For Aries Rising, the entrance determines daily life force renewal. The east aligns with solar ignition and supports confidence, courage, and clarity. Each entry and exit reinforces identity and purpose. When the entrance is misaligned, confidence weakens, drive feels inconsistent, morning lethargy and irritability increase. A blocked or slow entrance dulls Mars at a primal level, affecting both money flow and self-worth. 3. Third house, living room and social activation. This zone governs presence, assertion, and immediate expression. For Aries, social spaces must feel open, bright, and uncluttered. Natural light here feeds confidence and decisiveness. A compressed or over-decorated living space restricts expression and creates mental agitation. When this zone is aligned, you feel visible and decisive. Leadership emerges naturally. Conversations feel sharp and purposeful. When misaligned, overreactions in social settings, defensive communication, mental restlessness at home. 4. Fourth house, emotional core and inner fire. This is where Aries learns emotional regulation. Aries emotions are not watery, they are combustive. The inner home must provide grounding without suppression. If this zone is too light, hollow, or unstable, Mars remains perpetually alert. Misalignment manifests as inability to emotionally rest, hypervigilance, irritation without clear cause. Stability here allows Mars to stand down without losing authority. 5. Fifth house, creativity, play, and fire expression. This zone governs how Mars enjoys itself. For Aries Rising, creativity must involve movement, heat, and engagement. A cold or overly aesthetic creative zone disconnects Mars from joy, leading to frustration or risk-taking elsewhere. When balanced, passion finds healthy outlets, competitive energy becomes playful, confidence grows without arrogance. When blocked, loss of enthusiasm, impulsive pleasures, burnout cycles. 6. Sixth house, kitchen and daily action. The kitchen is Mars's operational chamber. Cooking, heat, tools, and routine action all belong here. If fire is misplaced, Mars turns combative or self-destructive. When aligned, physical strength stabilizes, digestion improves, daily discipline feels natural. When misaligned, anxiety, inflammation, domestic conflict. This zone determines how Aries handles effort and stress on a daily basis. 7. Seventh house, bedroom and power balance. Rest is not weakness for Aries, it is strategic withdrawal. The resting zone must ground authority. Without proper grounding, Mars never disengages, resulting in sleep disturbances and relational tension. When aligned, aggression converts into calm authority. Relationships feel less adversarial. Sleep deepens. When misaligned, feeling on guard even at rest, power struggles with partners, chronic fatigue. 8. Eighth house, storage, secrets, and detox. This zone governs what is buried. For Aries Rising, suppressed clutter becomes psychological pressure. Hidden junk amplifies anger and impulsivity. A clean, contained storage zone allows emotional detox, reduced mental load, better crisis handling. Neglect here manifests as sudden emotional eruptions, unexplained stress, physical tension. 9. Ninth house, study, belief, and direction. This zone shapes strategic intelligence. Aries does not lack courage, it sometimes lacks patience. A clear study or thinking space trains Mars to act with foresight. When aligned, vision becomes structured, leadership matures, actions feel meaningful. When blocked, rash decisions, ideological rigidity, directionless effort. 10. 10th house, work from home and authority. This zone governs how Mars commands in the world. A disciplined, uncluttered workspace prevents energy leakage. Overweight or dull work zones drain motivation. When aligned, focus sharpens, authority stabilizes, career momentum sustains. When misaligned, lethargy, career frustration, short bursts without continuity. 11th house, networks and circulation. This zone determines how energy circulates outward. For Aries, stagnation here creates frustration with people and systems. Movement, airflow, and openness support healthy ambition. When balanced, networks energize rather than drain. Goals feel attainable, collaboration improves when blocked, irritation with friends, feeling unsupported, burnout from overeffort. 12th house, spiritual regulation and silence. This zone teaches Aries control over impulse. It is not about emotional devotion, but mental discipline. Silence, lightness, and emptiness here allow Mars to refine instinct into wisdom. When aligned, impulses slow without suppression, inner clarity rises, burnout cycles end. When disturbed, confusion, escapist tendencies, mental agitation. Core Astro-Vāstu principle for Aries Rising. An Aries house is not designed to calm you first. It is designed to align you. When space honors initiation, direction, grounded authority, Mars becomes focused, protective, decisive, and leadership-oriented, not reactive. This is not decor. This is spatial psychology for a Mars-led life. Astro-Vāstu interior design for Aries Rising, Mesha Lagna. A Mars-led, house-wise spatial doctrine for direction, action, and authority. 1. First house, Lagna zone, overall spatial identity. This is where you announce yourself to life, even before words or actions appear. As an Aries rising, your nervous system reads space instantly. If this zone is heavy, dim, or stagnant, your Mars has nowhere to go. And that unused force turns inward as irritation, impatience, or restless urgency. You must let fire move forward, not curl back on itself. I always suggest that you keep this area open, breathable, and directional. Warm whites, ivory, or soft terracotta allow light to reflect without softening your edge. Red is welcome here, but only as a controlled accent, never as saturation. Your furniture should not trap you. Angular, minimal pieces that allow easy movement train Mars to act cleanly. Light must be honest and full spectrum. Aries energy dulls quickly under yellow or dim lighting. One strong vertical element, a tall lamp, a standing plant, or a single sculptural form gives your identity a spine. What you must avoid is heaviness without purpose, thick rugs, bulky seating, or inward-facing layouts. Your Lagna zone is not for comfort first. It is for alignment first. Second house, main entrance and threshold, vitality plus self-worth. Every time you cross your threshold, you either reignite your life force or leak it. For you, the entrance is non-negotiable. East-facing or east-aligned entrances keep Mars awake without agitation. I suggest a solid wooden door, nothing hollow, nothing flimsy. Wood supports vitality, while copper or bronze hardware keeps Mars sharp and functional. Your lighting here should be bright and neutral, not moody or decorative. Shadows at the entrance weaken confidence before the day even begins. A clean, angular nameplate reinforces identity. Earthy reds or tans underfoot stabilize self-worth as you step in and out of the world. What must never live here are mirrors, shoe clutter, or storage. Aries energy hates hesitation at thresholds. Your entrance must say, move forward. 3. Third house, living room, expression and presence. This is where your voice lives. If this space is cramped or overstyled, you'll notice it immediately. Conversations become reactive, tone sharpens, and your mind never quite settles. You need openness here. Light neutrals with one bold accent wall work well, but restraint matters. I recommend modular, lightweight seating that can be rearranged easily. Aries thrives when space responds to will. Natural light is fuel. When it's unavailable, directional or track lighting keeps expression precise. Abstract art with movement suits you far better than sentimental decor. Avoid visual noise. When your living room breathes, your words sharpen without turning defensive. 4. Fourth house, emotional core, grounded fire. This is where you stand down, but never collapse. Aries emotions are not watery, they are combustive. You don't need softness here as much as stability. I advise warm earth tones, sand, clay, beige, nothing stark or cold. Solid wooden furniture grounds your nervous system and tells Mars it's safe to rest without losing authority. Lighting must be steady and warm. Flicker or dramatic contrast keeps you subconsciously alert. Introduce texture. Natural fabrics, ceramics, stone. Avoid excess mirrors or hollow acoustics. When this zone is right, you finally experience rest without guilt. Fifth house, creativity and play, healthy freshen. This is where Mars learns joy instead of urgency. If this zone feels cold or overly aesthetic, your fire looks for release elsewhere, often through impulsive pleasures or burnout cycles. Muted reds, coral, or saffron tones work beautifully when balanced with neutrals. You need movement here. Flexible furniture, open floor space, tools that invite action. Music instruments, art supplies, or physical hobbies belong here, but always organized. Avoid sterile minimalism. Creativity for you must feel alive, not curated. When this zone is aligned, your confidence grows without arrogance. 6. Sixth house, kitchen and daily action, Mars operational chamber. This is where your fire becomes functional discipline. I strongly recommend keeping the stove dominant and clearly visible. Mars needs to see where action happens. Warm whites, light terracotta, and muted oranges support digestion and focus. Strong task lighting prevents anxiety and irritation. Copper utensils quietly stabilize fire energy, while daily cleanliness keeps Mars from turning combative. Never crowd fire with water. Broken appliances, dark cabinetry, or shadowy corners here directly translate into stress and inflammation. When aligned, effort stops feeling like resistance. Hasher 7, 7th house, bedroom, rest as strategic withdrawal. Rest is not weakness for you, it's tactical reset. This space must ground Mars so it can disengage without remaining alert. Earthy tones, taupe, warm gray, soft brown work best. I suggest a solid bed with a strong headboard and symmetrical side tables. Symmetry matters. It teaches Mars balance rather than dominance. Lighting must be low and warm. No harsh overhead lights, no mirrors facing the bed. Electronics disrupt your ability to stand down. When this zone is right, sleep deepens and relationships lose their combative edge. 8. 8th house, storage and detox. Whatever you hide here, you carry psychologically. Aries Rising cannot afford unconscious clutter. Closed storage only. Neutral colors, everything labeled and contained. I suggest regular decluttering cycles. This is non-optional for you. Broken items, forgotten junk, or chaotic storage amplify anger and tension. When this zone is clean, your reactions soften without dulling your edge. 9. 9th house, study and direction, strategic intelligence. This is where your courage gains foresight. Aries doesn't lack action. It sometimes lacks patience. Creams, pale yellows, and light wood calm impulsive thinking. Your desk must be firm, upright, and uncluttered. Directional lighting trains focus and reduces rash decisions. Maps, books, and symbols of long-term vision belong here. Lounge furniture does not. When this zone is aligned, your actions finally feel meaningful, not just fast. 10. 10th house, work zone, authority and output. Here, Mars learns continuity. Dull or overweight workspaces drain you faster than effort ever could. Neutral bases with one controlled power accent keep authority clean. Your desk must feel solid. Seating must keep you upright, not relaxed. White task lighting sharpens execution. A visible clock reinforces rhythm. Credentials or awards can be displayed, but sparingly. Over-decorating scatters authority. When aligned, focus becomes sustained instead of explosive. 11. 11th house. Networks and circulation, expansion. Your frustration with people often comes from blocked circulation, not intention. This zone must breathe. Light colors, open layouts, and vertical plants keep energy moving. Windows should never be blocked. Airflow matters more here than aesthetics. When this space flows, networks energize instead of drain you. Goals feel reachable again. 12th house. Silence and regulation, impulse mastery. This is where Mars becomes wisdom, not through emotion, but through discipline of emptiness. Soft grays, pale beige, and off-white tones work best. Furniture should be minimal, almost absent. Lighting indirect and quiet. One neutral object is enough. No storage, no visual noise, no emotional symbolism. When this zone is respected, impulses slow without suppression, and burnout cycles finally end. An Aries house is not meant to calm you first, it is meant to align you. When space honors initiation, direction, and grounded authority, Mars becomes focused, protective, and decisive, not reactive. This is not decor. This is spatial psychology for a Mars-led life.